check out the Patreon if you want to see videos like this early, and you guys should check out the Calxiyn.com. You guys can send me a tip if you wanna, stuff like that. And so yeah, we are gonna be talking about something today, which I know sounds crazy. I must sound like the biggest fucking Ironwood stan, the biggest fucking simp right now. However, to be fair, I thought he was dead. I marked him dead on my bingo card. Like, I genuinely thought that he was dead. I'm not one of those crazy people that are like, but this is how Adam could have survived, actually. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those people.
I'm not a crazy person that thinks someone can survive after being stabbed twice and thrown in the water. I'm a crazy person that thinks someone can survive after getting the snot kicked out of him by a god and falling to earth in a giant floating city. I'm one of those crazy people.
Okay, Ironwood is in the vault room, okay?
Yes.
And some people think that he was like, he didn't have a lot of strength left and that's why he didn't shoot Cinder. I personally interpreted that scene as him like slowly trying to quietly reach towards his gun, but then Cinder turned back anyway and was like, you know, like, try to shoot me, bitch, fuck you. Like, that was Cinder's kind of attitude, right? Like, he's like slowly trying to get the gun, he kind of lifts it, and then it's like, ah, little Cinder. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? It's too late. I saw it more as he gave up trying and he was trying to do it quietly at first, more than him like literally not having enough strength to move. But last night during the VIP $20 Patreon plug, Patreon talk, somebody noticed that the vault was open in the scene with Ironwood and Cinder. And so, yes, the portals went away, but the vault door is open. It didn't close, because remember how it had all those little, like all the little doors that came apart?
Yes.
It was open
So descriptive.
into the field,
Yes.
into the flower field. So I'm like, well, okay, Watts, he's dead. Watts is definitely dead. Smoke inhalation, the water, not great. What if he ran through the open vault door into the flower field? And then wouldn't the water just drain? Because it's not like it's a box. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's a square room. It's like an open area. So if water did get in there, first of all, it's a magical fucking door. Like, I don't know why people are like, but Cal, what would he do if the water got in, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the water would either stop, or if a bunch of water came in, like, would it really flood if there's enough land, enough surface area?
If it crashed and it's at the bottom, it could destroy the door.
Yeah.
Meaning the water would never come in.
And so I'm saying, like, what if Ironwood went through it and then got trapped on the other side? Because, like, if the Relic realm, remember how Yang is like, hey, let's make a place like these vaults? This sounds very funky fresh. That's it. Wherever they are, they're not on Remnant, right? Probably not the best thing to say, but if they're not on Remnant, like, wouldn't the vaults just be in another planet? Like, you know what I mean? I also have some questions, because it's like, did Ozpin make the vaults, or did he just build the schools on top of the vaults? Because how did Ozpin make a bunch of doors to another world? Like, did he even know what he was doing?
We never got a total
right?
answer
Like, how
to
did
that
Ozpin do that? Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying that if Ironwood went through the vault door, he would be in a similar, like, world or plane of existence to Team RWBY. Now, here are the things. People were like, well, how can he eat? I don't know. There's flowers and there's grass, okay? Like, I'm sure he'll be fine.
What if he eat grass? Like a cow? When they imagine, like, Team RWBY finds him and he's emaciated.
Walk around. That's what I'm saying. Like, he can walk around, right? Like, we don't know how far this land is sprawling for, so he could find another area that maybe has more fruit or something.
I mean, it looks like it was a mountainous region in one end, so maybe you could find a forest.
And so, yeah, I'm sure, like, food probably isn't a problem. The question is, though, why? Like, what is the narrative purpose in keeping Ironwood alive? There's that question, and to be honest, I don't know I don't know why they would do it, but I do have an idea, and I think somebody actually said this to me on Twitter, but it would be interesting if Ironwood did find the kids and was like, yeah, Salem got away with both of the relics and closed the portal, and it's all your fault, and then Ironwood just sort of drags them and they feel real bad about themselves, because I'm sure that Jean already knows that, that because like Jean was there for everything that happened, right?
Okay.
So Jean probably could have told them, but say Ironwood finds Team RWBY or like half of Team RWBY first. Say he finds Ruby and Blake, for example, let's just pretend, right? And so he finds them first, and then maybe Jean is with Yang, and RWBY is just like, no, because like, you know what I mean? And then what happened to Penny? Ironwood wouldn't know that, but he's like, I can only imagine what happened to Penny, seeing as Winter got the maiden powers, and then RWBY has a mental breakdown before Jean even gets the chance to tell her. That would kind of be interesting for Ironwood, because Ironwood knows that Winter got the powers, but he didn't see Jean stab Penny. So imagine RWBY and whoever's with RWBY, like say RWBY and Blake, right? RWBY hears all of this from Ironwood, and then she's like, Jean isn't true, and Jean's just like, yeah, and I had to do it. That would be such a bad scene. That would be such emotional trauma time. Like, that would be so turmoil. And so, like, obviously, all of these things I'm saying can still happen without Ironwood. But if your question is what narrative purpose would he serve in the story, I guess that would be my answer. That he would basically be, you know, adding to the mental torture of the children and being like, we lost everything, and it's all your fault.
Teenagers.
Yeah, and so, like, I can see him doing that. In terms of the character growth that he would go through, I guess it depends on who's around. Like, are the gods in this new realm? Like, who's in this new realm? I don't know. But I sort of see Ironwood as choosing to stay there. Like, we've had all these theories of who would choose to stay in this magical world. I feel like Ironwood would. Because if he learns that, you know, like, if he learns from this, and he's like, yeah, I was kind of wrong, I don't think that he could face anyone ever again. I feel like he'd just stay there, right? I feel like he wouldn't be able to face Winter or face Theodore, like, after all that he's done, and he would just stay in the realm, whatever that means or whatever that entails.
What I imagine could happen is because he's very, like, he's obviously shown to be very driven, so I could imagine him, like, dragging his barely operating body up, sliding into that portal, but into the door, going into that world, and almost like, I don't know how they would show him again, but I imagine he almost goes like feral.
Yeah.
Like he kind of ends up looking
his
like
hair's all messy,
like long,
right?
like really long. He like
his beard's
huge, no shirt. He looks like Tom Hanks from
Coconut.
Castaway.
I was just gonna say that, the Coconut.
Yeah, he has like Coconut Winter and Coconut Aesop's.
God, but yeah, like I think it would be interesting, and just because like, because I genuinely thought he would, like, I thought he was dead, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was so sure he was dead, but that door being open, like the vault door being open, throws everything off kilter, like throws everything off. And that would also be like, how does Team RWBY feel about the fact that yes, they succeeded in saving people, but now Salem is even stronger than before, but Team RWBY isn't there to fight her. Like, I feel like even Jean could deliver that. I feel like that's a big reason why Jean probably fell, was to deliver all that information to Team RWBY, or else they wouldn't know how things were going up there, right? But I feel like that would be kind of interesting for Ironwood, because do I think that Team RWBY was wrong? Not necessarily, but at the same time, like, did some of Team RWBY's actions contribute to the fact that Salem got both the relics? Like, I'd say so, right? Some people have brought up, I guess, like, how, not feverishly, but how, like, they kept really trying to, like, protect RWBY when maybe they should have focused on protecting, like, the Relic or, like, Penny and stuff like that. Because obviously RWBY is worth a lot more than an average huntsman with her silver eyes, right? And so it does make sense to protect her. Like, it makes very, like, logical sense why you would focus on protecting RWBY. But I wonder if that would call into question, I don't know, like, how they are as huntsmen. Like, did they really put the greater good over everyone else? Like, I think that they'd face a lot of, like, obviously Jean's gonna be facing a lot of moral questions, but I wonder if RWBY feels like it's all her fault because she couldn't activate her eyes, whereas, like, maybe another character, maybe Weiss, feels like it's all her fault because she wasn't able to stick her own against, like, Cinder. Like, maybe Weiss and Jean are like, but if we could have just killed Cinder, like, this would have never happened. Like, maybe everyone's just very sad, and maybe Ironwood just contributes to how sad they are. That's my idea for what he'd do.
I could almost...
but I feel like he'd learn at the end.
That's a possibility. I also feel like if he does show up like that, he won't have survived.
What do you mean?
Like, I just feel like having him continue to be a character would be weird. I could almost see, like, him trying to, like, Team RWBY having to him. Or maybe Neo does it.
That's so sad.
Because, like, I just imagine that, like, he's just such an opposition to them, and so single-minded that he
But
would
what
no
if he's
way work
not
with them.
anymore? Like, what if instead
Ironwood redemption?
he just gives, not redemption, I'm saying he just gives up. Because what is there left? Like, he didn't protect Atlas. Atlas and Mantle are gone. And I'm pretty sure he would, like, know that. Like, he would know by the time that he goes through their gone. So I don't even think that Ironwood would be an antagonistic force. I think that he would just be there sitting on a rock, like sort of like, you know, not even with his arms crossed, just sort of sitting on a rock, like, just sort of thinking.
Long hair, beard.
Long hair, beard, and Team RWBY being like, Ironwood? And then Ironwood just looks at them with this blank stare like, Salem got the relics. And Penny died. Like, he would just, you know what I mean? Like, he would just be an empty inside man type thing. Just maybe versus, like an antagonistic
someone so driven, then they've become totally hollow. They've totally given into the despair of Salem.
Exactly.
I think that would be interesting.
Exactly.
I think more than being a continued antagonistic force. I think
and so
being
it's not
truly
really redemption. I think it's like broken Ironwood.
Yeah.
And then maybe he just decides not to go back to Remnant. He's like, I'm done.
And that's the last we see of him.
And maybe he's like, I don't even know why I went through the vault door, but that's just a human instinct is to save yourself. Even maybe when you don't deserve it. Like, that could be an interesting angle for Ironwood.
That could be an interesting, like, moment to just sort of describe his compulsion to keep going forward, and when there's really nothing else.
And doesn't that fit in with the themes of the show? Like, the whole show is keep moving forward, and so maybe it'd be like interesting if Ironwood, he doesn't even know why he kept going, but he still did.
And, like, a difference between pig-headedness and drive versus hope.
Yeah.
Whereas RWBY's more hope and he's more drive.
Yeah.
To kind of understand
something like that,
I think just a little moment would be really interesting.
But do you think he's alive, though?
No. I don't think he... I think he looked at Cinder...
Do you think the door is the oversight, then? Like,
I think it might be a bit of an oversight.
Okay.
If, like, at the end of volume, like, 14...
Mid-volume 9,
or like at the volume, like whenever they escape this new realm, they just cut and we just see his bones lying on like with coconut winter. I think that's fine. But yeah, I don't know.
Imagine this is the theory that I get right, and Hunter's over here like, no. Like,
I don't think it's gonna. I think
3 episodes into volume 9, and the Team RWBY runs into Ironwood, and Hunter's just like, how did you get that?
In like a year and a half, when that new season comes out, you want to put that on your bingo? Go ahead.
But yeah,
you might even be right.
I just wonder, because like we're sort of waiting for the writing team to confirm who's dead and stuff. Like, if we as the audience were supposed to think that they're dead. So we're kind of waiting for that. Hopefully that doesn't release before this video comes out, or else we may be in trouble. But yeah, like, that'll kind of be interesting. But yes, this is our theory about Ironwood. The vault door was open. I don't know what to tell you. That's it from us, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you later. Bye!